Hi there, welcome to the Gourmet Candy Maker video series, where we bring the art of gourmet candy making right to you, with specialty candy making lessons, great recipes and tips, interviews with professional chocolate artisans, and location visits to candy kitchens throughout the U.S. In this lesson of the Gourmet Candy Maker, we're going to learn how to make a basic ganache. We'll learn the process of making a ganache, the recipe ingredients, and the kitchen tools and supplies you'll need. In its purest form, ganache is heavy cream and premium chocolate. That's it. Our recipe today has a slight variation. We're going to add butter. I find that butter adds a silky smooth, melt-in-your-mouth texture that is absolutely irresistible when you're talking about ganache. The tools you'll need are microwave safe bowl for melting your chocolate, saucepan for heating heavy cream, a scale for measuring your chocolate, several spatulas, mixing bowl for cooling your ganache, a cookie tray lined with parchment paper, a melon baller or teaspoon for scooping your round centers, and candy cups to hold your finished truffles. The recipe we're using today is 1 cup heavy cream, make sure it's super fresh, 1 pound of premium semi-sweet or dark chocolate, 5 tablespoons of butter, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, now that we have our ingredients and we have our tools, we're ready to begin. First thing I'm going to do is put my chocolate into my microwave temperature safe bowl. I've pre-measured my chocolate, it's all in nice uniform chunks, and I'm going to put it in my microwave for about 1.5 minutes. I know my microwave pretty well, but I'm always very careful not to let it burn, so 1.5 minutes will be the first time. Put it in right now. Now while my chocolate is in the microwave heating, I'm going to take my 1 cup of super fresh heavy cream, put it in my saucepan, and I'm going to heat it. Now, what we want to do with our heavy cream is heat it to a very hot state, but absolutely don't boil it. We just want bubbles around the edges. You might call it almost scalding, but I just want mine to be just a little bit steamy. A lot of the truffle recipes that you'll read will suggest that you heat your cream and not microwave your chocolate, just use the chocolate chunks and have them melt in the cream itself. I find that melting the chocolate and heating the cream speeds up the process, makes everything very consistent and smooth, and just an easier overall recipe. Okay, now my heavy cream is steaming. It's bubbling around the edges, but it isn't boiling. So I'm finished with that. I'll bring it over here, put it right here, and I'm going to go check my chocolate. My chocolate is nicely melted. And as I said, some recipes suggest that you just put your chocolate chunks right in your hot cream mixture. You can certainly do that. I just like to scoot things along a little bit, so I melt my chocolate first. But what I do is make sure that all my little chunks are gone. This recipe doesn't call for extra flavorings, but if you decide to add flavorings, for example, an orange flavoring, introduce orange zest, a great place to put oils or flavorings is right into your cream mixture, not into your chocolate. The nice thing about that is the heat of the cream mixture will release the oils in, let's say, your lemon rind or your orange rind, giving you a really rich citrus flavor. Okay, so my chocolate is melted, my cream mixture is hot, and I'm just going to blend I'm going to blend both together. Point it toward the camera so you all can see. And right now you may think, well, these two are never going to go together. It's going to start to get a little lumpy and chunky, and you might freak out because, as we've said so often before, moisture and chocolate don't mix. The great exception, though, is heavy cream. There's enough butterfat in the cream that the chocolate accepts it beautifully. Now, while I'm in this place, I'm going to introduce my butter, which has been sitting out for a while, so it's very soft. When you measure your butter, put it in a little container and let it sit out in your kitchen so that it's not hard as a rock fresh from your refrigerator, because that will make it harder to melt. You want to make sure that all the chocolate is blended and all the butter has blended in as well. And this recipe is so good. So I'll just stir my batch, and as you can see, it's starting to get a little bit slippery looking, a little bit glossy. I will keep stirring this until it's all smooth and kind of looks like the most delicious pudding you could ever possibly want. And there you go. Now what I'll do is take my vanilla, and I'm not going to measure it. I know that it's just a little splash. It's about a teaspoon. And that just gives it a little vanilla definition. Some people at this point will even introduce a splash of rum. They say that rum and certain liqueurs really bring out the true essence, the deep flavors of the chocolate. In today's recipe, we're just using a rich, pure vanilla extract. Okay, so our batch is blended. This is the consistency of your ganache. So our next step, what we have to do is put this in the refrigerator and let it chill for about 3 hours. And at that point, it will be the consistency that we can scoop and make round balls. Okay, and use your little edge. We don't want to leave anything in the bowl for the dishwasher. So I just get it all out. And there you have it. And then I do the edge of my spatula, give that a little shake, and there's our ganache ready to go into the refrigerator to chill for 3 to 4 hours. Be sure to subscribe to our RSS feed and stay tuned for the next Gourmet Candy Maker show. Bye for now.